The power of words. Some of you probably think there's no power in your words. And you may be correct, because you say so many things that don't amount to anything. You just rattle this off and rattle that off. There's no meaning or significance in the words that you say. You have no belief in yourself. You have no belief in the power of your thoughts or your words. What brought this up was I watched that 5-hour interview with Tate on Valuetainment with Pat, I can't remember what they say his name is, but anyway, you can find it. It's easy to find. It's on the internet. Great interview. I suggest you watch it. But his words is what has caused, Tate's words is what has caused such a commotion in the social media community, let's call it that. Before we begin, hit that like button and subscribe, and welcome to my 1,475 subscribers. We are moving right up there. Thank you for joining us. I had a message from a young man the other day that watches my videos. It looked like he might have been French. I wish I could think of your name. I would mention you, but you know who you are. And he said that my videos were helping him, and that's what this is all about. It's about me helping you. It's about me sharing my years of experience, I'm 62, with you. So when you run into situations in your life that you're going to run into, if I can give you the knowledge or share my wisdom with you, you may be able to handle these situations. Or at least, in the very least, you'll learn from them and you'll gain wisdom, and you'll be able to help other people when you get big and strong like me. That's a quote from one of my first mentors. He told me that after I went over there and I was crying to him about my girlfriend dumping me. He made me write her a letter and dig a hole in his garden and then bury it. And he says, "You feel better, don't you?" I said, "Yeah, I do." I took some action in the direction of what I wanted, which was to let her go, to live my life without her. If you guys have been heartbroken, you know how it is. Okay, but what are you saying to yourself about that heartbreak? What are you thinking about her? Here's another way to look at things. If it doesn't work out the way you want it to, or you get dumped, or you walk away from her because she's disrespecting you or whatever, it hurts. I know it does. And I sometimes think it hurts men more than women, but we're not supposed to show it. And I'm not telling you to show it to anybody, except maybe your mentor, and he'll sympathize or empathize with you for a few moments, and then he'll tell you to get off your ass like mine did and take some action in the direction of what you want. And what you want is to stop hurting. Now, you may think what you want is to get her back because you think that's going to stop the hurt. But there's a reason you walked away from her, or there's a reason she dumped your ass, okay? It sucks, I know it. It does. But you got to think about it in a different way. Think about how it's helping you. Think about how this is moving you towards your goals. That is, if you have goals. And if you didn't have a goal or a purpose or a vision, that's probably one reason why she dumped your ass. Women want a man who's doing something with his life. She doesn't want to be the adventure. She wants to go on an adventure with you. So do you have an adventure? That reminds me, check out my book on Amazon, Coming Back Home, The True Adventure of Mark Daniels, which is me, of course. It's a good book. A lot of life lessons in there that I know will help you out. And also The Power is Within. And while I'm at it, marksinspiration.com is my website. I'm offering half-off consultations in the month of September, so take advantage of that. All right, moving right along. So what are you saying about how your girlfriend dumped you? Are you pissing and moaning and crying about how bad it hurts? Or are you saying, "I know this hurts, but I'm going to make the best out of it. I'm going to hit the gym. I'm going to get I'm going to find out why this happened. What part did I play in it? And what can I do differently in the future that this won't happen again?" Pain is a great motivator. I know I'm constantly seeking for new knowledge and wisdom and growing, but nothing like I do when I'm in pain. It definitely increases my hunger for wisdom and knowledge more than any other thing in my life. So pain is a gift. I know today in our society, everyone wants to run away from pain. What I'm telling you is to embrace the pain, sometimes even seek it out. Now, I'm not telling you to be a cutter, but what I am saying is, like, for example, I ran yesterday. I'm still getting back into shape, right? So I'll look at a certain point and I'll think, well, I can run to there and then walk a little bit. But I'll make it to that point and I'll say, I can make it to that other point, maybe another 2 telephone poles. Okay, and then I make it to there, and then maybe I'll even push it for another 2 telephone poles or another telephone pole distance. You're purposely pushing yourself beyond what you think you can go. Okay, and this builds up inner strength as well as physical strength. But I was listening to Tate yesterday, and he was talking about physical strength is very important because it builds mental strength. He spoke for 5 hours, and if you like Tate, you'll like me, because I believe in the traditional type of relationships and a lifestyle of what he believes in. If you don't like Tate, you probably won't like me. I understand where he's coming from. Most people don't, because I've lived a life of adventure, as it sounds like he has. I've been following him for probably 2 or 3 years, and I actually took one of his courses. Okay, but he's really hit the big time now because all the social networks canceled him. They've actually, as he said, made a martyr out of him, which I believe is true. But he stands for everything that is traditional, especially when it comes to men and women and relationships. And that doesn't fit the narrative of whoever's out there trying to make men into weak, feminine type individuals or human beings. I don't agree with that. Now, if you talk to anybody who's in their 80s, I talked to a couple the other day, they have no idea, they don't understand what is going on between men and women. A lady was telling me that, I think I mentioned this the other day, that her son was taking the name of his wife. It's completely opposite of the way it used to be. Women are not the strong, masculine creatures that they would like to make themselves out to be. It's amazing how they say that men have oppressed them for thousands of years, but now they exhibit and they want to embody the same characteristics that men have oppressed them with for thousands of years. You become what you hate, or you become what you love. And you also become what you speak. Let me see, I have a sign on my wall that says, what you speak is what you create. What are you speaking? What are you thinking? Your thoughts precede your speech. What do you want to become? What do you want in your life? Listen to what you're talking about. Are you talking about what you want, or are you talking about what you don't want? You ask someone if they have a girlfriend. I don't have one. What kind of girlfriend do you want? Well, I don't want one that drinks. I don't want one that smokes. I don't want one that's rebellious. I don't want one that's uncooperative. Okay, guess what? That's what you don't want. And if you focus on that, you're going to bring that type of person into your life. Think about what you do want. I want a girl that's cooperative. I want a girl that submits to my authority. But if you want her to submit to your authority, you have to provide protection and provision for her. And you also have to be a man with purpose. She has to want to follow you. She has to want to submit to you. She has to see you in an admirable way. When you look at yourself in the mirror, do you see yourself in an admirable way? If not, you need to do something to change that. Because how can you expect any girl or any woman to look at you and admire you if you don't even admire yourself? If you don't like what you see when you look in the mirror, how do you expect anybody else to like what they see? Be the person you want to attract. Would you go out with yourself? What's good about you? Some people can't even answer that question. I'll tell you what's good about me. I'm in great shape. I've learned a lot in life. I help a lot of other people. I like to stay in shape. I like to inspire. I like to motivate people. I work from the time I get up in the morning to the time I go to bed at night. I've raised 6 kids by myself. I've learned patience, tolerance. I'm disciplined. I've been working out for many years. I like to take a break sometimes, just kick back and travel. I travel different places in the world. I'm in a financial position where I can do that. Now, I have some liabilities too. I'm compassionate, I'm empathetic, I'm understanding, but not to the point where I'll allow you to step over my boundaries. Well, I've done that in the past, and I'm telling you what, women see that as weak. Do you even have any boundaries? Do you know what your boundaries are? These are all things for you to think about and consider when you rebuild the man that you are and become the man that you want to be. And no one can do it for you, but it begins with your thoughts and your words. What are you saying about yourself? When you make a mistake, do you call yourself stupid? Do you say, I can't believe I did? Of course I did that. When you may do something good, do you commend yourself? Do you pat yourself on the back? If you notice something about these great people, these people that make a difference in the world, like Tate, Muhammad Ali, some of these guys, they don't talk badly about themselves. They speak as if they are who they want to be. Tate constantly said he's the most Google man on the planet. I don't know if he is or not. He may be. But he probably wants to become that if he isn't that already. He always speaks well about himself. He talks about how good he is at this and at that. Some people see that as arrogance. But I say better to err on the side of arrogance than self-depreciating humility. If you don't speak well of yourself, if you don't think well of yourself, why should anybody else? And if anybody cuts you down for thinking well or speaking well of yourself, it's really just a reflection of how they feel about themselves. I remember one time years ago, I was boxing and I hadn't fought for quite some time, but I was training hard. And someone asked me if I had fought lately, and I said, no. I said, but I'm getting better every day. I'm working hard. And they said, well, you really think you're something, don't you? And I walked away feeling kind of badly about that because, I guess I shouldn't be bragging about myself. But it was a fact. I was training. I was learning. Now, I'm not telling you to go out there and talk out your ass like you're some fantastic thing that you're not. But humility is really just knowing yourself for what you truly are. And you do have greatness in you. You maybe can't see it right now, but it's there. So speak about yourself as if you already are the person you want to be. And truly, you will become that. But you have to take action in the direction of that goal. See yourself as that person. See other people coming up to you and speaking to you as you are that person. When you walk in a place, walk in there like you own the damn place. And guess what? People will treat you as such. The world's going to give back to you what you put out there. Multiplied. So if you put yourself out there as somebody, the world will treat you as such. We all get out of life what we put into it. If you're not putting anything into it, then you're not going to get anything out of it. So that's it for today. Thanks for joining me. Again, welcome to my new subscribers. I'm glad you're here. I appreciate you. And if you'd like to leave a comment in the comment section, or if you'd like me to speak on something, send me an email at marksinspirationalguidance@gmail.com. It'll be in the link. And take care. Have a great day.